Good evening, students. Today I am teaching you trade cycle. A trade cycle refers to fluctuations in economic activities, especially in employment, output, income, price, profit, etc. Fluctuations means changes. It has been defined differently by different economists. Ups and downs in business is also called as trade cycle or business cycle. It is a wave-like movement in economic activity. According to Keynes, a trade cycle is composed of periods of good trade characterized by rising prices and low unemployment percentages altering means changing, with periods of bad trade characterized by falling prices and high unemployment percentages. Features of trade cycle. First feature, a business cycle is synchronic. Means when cyclical fluctuations start in one sector, it spreads to other sectors. Second, in a trade cycle, a period of prosperity is followed by a period of depression. Hence, trade cycle is a wave-like movement. Trade cycle is a wave-like movement. Third, business cycle is recurrent and rhythmic. Prosperity is followed by depression and vice versa. Vice versa means opposite. Fourth, a trade cycle is cumulative and self-reinforcing. Each phase means stage feeds on itself and creates further movement in the same direction. Fifth, a trade cycle is asymmetrical, means not similar. The prosperity phase is slow and gradual, and the phase of depression is rapid. Sixth stage, the business cycle is not periodical. Sixth feature or sixth speciality is not periodical. Some trade cycles last for 3 or 4 years, while others last for 6 or 8 or even more years. Seventh, the impact of a trade cycle is differential. It affects different industries in different ways. Next, a trade cycle is international in character. Through international trade, booms and depressions, booms means prosperity or expansion we can say, and depressions in one country are passed to other countries. Now, phases of a trade cycle. Phases means stages of a trade cycle. Generally, a trade cycle is composed of 4 phases, 4 stages: depression, recovery, prosperity, and recession. But in between there are 2 stages that are trough and peak. So in this diagram you can see trough, recovery, prosperity, peak, recession, depression. Again trough is coming, recovery, prosperity, and again it will go on like this continuously. So in this diagram, or we can see in the above diagram, OX axis measures time and OY axis measures level of economic activity. There are 6 stages of trade cycle. They are as follows. First stage, stage 1, trough. This is trough, stage trough. It is the negative saturation point for an economy. Saturation means satisfaction point for an economy. There is extensive decline of national income and expenditure. Second stage, stage 2, recovery. This diagram, this from here to here, recovery. In this phase or in this stage, the economy begins to recover from the negative growth rate. Demand begins to increase due to low price and supply begins to increase. The population develops a positive attitude towards investment and employment, and production starts increasing. Employment begins to rise and investment also. Recovery continues until the economy returns to steady growth levels. Now third, stage 3, prosperity. Here to here, the stage of prosperity. Now, in this stage, there is an increase in positive economic indicators such as employment, income, output, wages, profits, demand, and supply of goods and services. The velocity of the money supply is high and investment is high. This process continues as long as economic conditions are favorable for expansion. Stage 4, peak. The maximum limit. Stage 4 is peak. This is the point, peak. This is the maximum limit of growth. The maximum limit of growth is attained here in this stage, peak. The economic indicators do not grow further and are at their highest. Prices are at their peak. That means maximum level. Stage 5, recession. The recession is the stage that follows the peak. Recession is the stage that follows the peak. In this stage, the demand for goods and services starts declining rapidly. Producers do not notice decrease in demand and instantly means continuously, and go on producing, which creates excess, more supply in the market. Prices tend to fall. All positive economic indicators such as income, output, wages, etc. starts to fall. Last stage, stage 6, depression. There is a commensurate rise in unemployment. The growth in the economy continues to decline. Decrease in the volume of output, trade, and transactions. Rise in the level of unemployment. Price deflation. Fall in the aggregate income of the community, especially wages and profits. Fall in the structure of interest rates. Reduction in consumption expenditure and reduction in the level of effective demand. Effective demand means total demand. Decline in the investment. Contraction of bank credit. Thank you, students.